Hi everyone, it's me Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be making a bigger project using some of the items that came in the March 2020 Artsnacks box, but I'm also going to be pulling in a bunch of other art supplies at the same time. I've been wanting to do some bigger projects lately, and I felt a little restricted with some of the art boxes I've been getting, so I made a decision to pull in the items that come in those boxes, but use whatever else I want with it. For this video, I'm drawing a screaming person with a cloud head and a lightning bolt going through it, as you can see here. For the background, I used the Plumchester acrylic marker. I did have to go over it quite a few times because it is a little streaky. Also, at the very end, I ended up pulling a Chameleon colored pencil in a similar color over it to help even it out even more. For the cloud, as of this moment, I am using a Chameleon colored pencil that came in the Artsnacks box. This one is the one that is silver gray on one side and cool gray on the other. I end up pulling in some dark indigo from Faber-Castell to add a little bit more depth to it, and then a black from Faber-Castell to pull in even more depth. We are using a bunch of different colored pencils for this one. For the skin tone, I'm pretty sure I used like 6 or 7 different colored pencils. The list of all the supplies used will be in the description box for you. I did try to use Chameleon colored pencils wherever I could, but like I said earlier, I did not limit myself to that. I have a variety of brands and types all through here. I have a problem with colored pencils where I literally just want to throw the entire rainbow at a skin tone or the whole piece. For the lightning bolt, I used a Krink paint marker and then a yellow Sharpie paint marker on top of that. I did have to layer up the yellow Sharpie quite a bit. I think it's running low on some of its juice. That, and it's kind of a thinner paint to begin with, so it does take a lot of layering. The project itself is 11 by 14 inches, and I am using Strathmore 300 series mixed media paper. I wanted to use mixed media paper because I knew it could handle the acrylic paint, the marker that we're going to be pulling in, and the colored pencils all in one piece of paper. I actually forgot how much I like this paper for colored pencil. It's great for using colored pencil as long as you aren't using a technique where you're using paint thinner. The only place I used the Blackwing pencil was for the sketching portion, which was a bit of a mistake. It's a little too dark of a graphite for the colored pencil to completely cover, so you can definitely still see some bits and pieces of that. Typically when I do colored pencil drawings, I do the sketch in a light pastel pencil because it's erasable very easily, and you can also cover it very easily with colored pencil. I enjoyed using the Chameleon colored pencils a lot more this time. I think part of that is because I'm using the mixed media paper this time instead of bristboard, which I believe is what I did last time with it. They apply much more smoothly to this. On the bristboard, they are a little chunkier and choppier. This is actually a very good project to test the Cube pencil sharpener with, because of how often you have to sharpen colored pencils for a larger project for this. This was like an 8-ish hour project. It might have been more actually, but we'll say it was about 8 hours total. This pencil sharpener was really good. It got all the pencils nice and sharp, and I really, really enjoy it. I wouldn't mind having another one or two hanging out. For the skin tone, like I said earlier, I'm pulling in a bunch of different colors. I'm pulling in a beige color, a russet brown, a nice vibrant peach color. I end up pulling in a little bit of magenta later. I'm pulling it purple, violet, blue, and I'm also pulling in some dark indigo. And much later, I pull in a black colored pencil. I was trying to avoid using the black colored pencil until I had the black marker pulled in, and I wanted to help smooth the black marker into the rest of what I already have going on. Also, in general, I tend not to pull in a black colored pencil until I have a bunch of layers of other colors going on first. For the application of the colored pencil, I'm starting with a very, very light hand. You always want to start with very little pressure and then increase it as you go. And in all fairness, I shouldn't have applied as much pressure as I did. My hand hated me for a little portion of this. My hand is usually fine for doing a lot of different kinds of drawings, but for colored pencil, for some reason, I think it's because of the amount of pressure that I have to apply, it ends up making my hand a little irritated. It gets a little swollen. But I just ordered some compression gloves, so hopefully that will alleviate that. I'll be able to do more drawings like this without having the pain and the pressure in my hand. At this point, I started bringing in the Kuretake-ZIG eyeliner pen, that lovely little black marker that we have. I brought in this envelope though because it took it a minute to dry while it was on the colored pencil and the acrylic, probably a little bit longer than it normally would, so I smudged a tiny bit of it. The envelope is here to help prevent that smudging with my hand. Luckily, I was able to pull up any of the ink smudges that got on the drawing by just using a regular old-fashioned rubber eraser that was on the back of a normal writing pencil. The only reason that even worked is because I have so many layers of colored pencil going on. The eraser was getting rid of the colored pencil, and since the ink was lying on top of that colored pencil, it pulled it all up. So woohoo for that actually working. I actually did live stream parts of this drawing on Twitch. My Twitch name is KLoganArt as well. I'll leave a link in the description for you if you ever want to pop into live streams where I play old video games and occasionally draw and or paint. I'd definitely love to hang out. I was a little worried at this point in the drawing, especially with the tongue, that I was going to make it too bright. I'm pulling in a soft pink and I'm pulling in that russet brown again, a little bit of purple and some indigo blue, trying to mute it. A great way to mute a pink or a red would have also been to pull in a green color. Since they're complementary colors, they do neutralize each other quite well. At this point, I'm lining everything using that Kuretake-ZIG eyeliner. For me personally, when I was using it, I found it a little hard to control and place the ink as well as I would have liked to. I'm not sure if it's because my hand was starting to give out at this point in the drawing for me, or if it's the liner itself. I was able to clean up lines by pulling in some smaller black markers, and also by pulling in the acrylic marker for the background and using the colored pencils to help just even everything out. As I said earlier, I pulled in a similar colored Chameleon colored pencil to the background to help even out some of the issues that we had going on there, because the Plumchester acrylic marker just didn't apply very smoothly. Granted, it's an acrylic marker, it's really not supposed to cover an entire background, pretty sure. I also used a black colored pencil to help bring in darker shading into the entire drawing, and I also used it over the black marker lines I have going on to help even them out as well. Overall, I really enjoyed doing this project. It's something that I had in my mind and I wanted to do, and I also liked using the items that came in the box with stuff I already have and seeing how well it will work together. The Chameleon colored pencils work really well with the other colored pencils I already have, especially on this paper. The eyeliner I think would be better without the colored pencil and the acrylic, just because it feathered out a little bit and it was a little harder for me to control. It being a larger colored pencil drawing, this was a great way for me to test the pencil sharpener for sure. I absolutely love this pencil sharpener. I think it's one of my favorites. The Blackwing pencil is softer than I thought it would be, and I did a couple of phases of this one. I did a couple of different sketches and mock-ups of this drawing before committing to the version you see here. I ended up using at least half the pencil just from doing sketches, so it didn't stay sharp very well for me, and I went through it pretty quick. But with that, the project, my thoughts, and therefore this video are pretty much finished. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, or opinions, please let me know all about that in the comment section down below. If you want to see more art videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video and listen to me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and you will definitely be hearing from me soon. Bye, everybody!